Hello.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. My name's Abe. What's your name?
My name is Johan. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, Johan. Johan, I come from the United States. Where are you from?
Ooh, I'm from Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you live in
This,
Taipei?
no, I live in Elon, which is, I don't, yeah, 55 kilometers away from Taipei.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Is it a city or a town or a village?
Elon, pretty big city, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I'm from a town in America, and my town is
Ooh.
actually small. It only has 3,000 people.
Whoa.
That's it. 3,000
Uh,
people.
whoa. I don't know if that's many or not, but, I don't know. It, it's quite it's quite a large amount for a village or for a
Well,
town.
I'd
Like,
call it a town. Yeah, a village is the smallest, and then a town, then a city, and a village. When I think of a village, I think of just maybe 200 people or 400 people or something like that.
yeah,
And I'm a small town person. You know, I really there's there's some things I don't like about cities. For example, traffic. I
oh
don't like,
yeah,
yeah, I don't like driving in cities. I mean, where I'm from, in my hometown, driving is easy and it's fun. No, it's kind of relaxing. But in a city,
yeah,
it's not fun. It's stressful, I think.
yeah. It's stressful, and you always have that like time where you see people like see all those people like stopping for no reason.
By the way, in my country, the United States, you can start driving when you're 16. What about in Taiwan? At what
Yeah.
age do people start driving?
Uh, I think it's 18. I think,
Okay.
but I think ages are not necessary if you have the skill. So yeah.
So, in your opinion, is it okay for a 13-year-old with skill to drive?
I mean, of course, uh, just make sure to have car insurance. That's it.
I I have believed for some time that 16 is too young. And recently, actually, in my near my town, a 15-year-old girl who was practicing driving died, and two
Oh,
other people died with her. So when you're 16, you get your license. But even when you're before you're 16, like 15, you have like a permit, and then you can drive if someone in the car is with you. And
yeah,
she made a mistake. And when you're driving, you can't make mistakes because people
yeah,
can die. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Johan, I'm sorry for the noise,
yeah.
but I'm from America, but I don't live in America now. I live in Saudi Arabia. It's a Muslim country.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's okay. It doesn't really affect.
So what they do is when it's time to pray, the mosques make these noise. Okay.
Oh,
Um, a mosque is the place where Muslims pray. It's easy to remember because if you think of M&M, you know, like the candy, M&M,
yeah.
Muslims pray in a mosque,
Oh,
and that's the noise. But it'll stop in a minute.
yeah.
What
Well,
about?
it's
I don't
like
like it actually. I'm not.
well, just
I'm.
yeah. Well, like in the New Year's, like you know New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, those towers, like those big towers, or Taipei 101, or like in
Right.
diamond stores, they
Yeah.
they like put on fireworks and they count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
Which at that time I was sleeping, and suddenly they woke me up at in midnight, and pretty loud. And the
Um,
temples, the near the temples, like they also put fireworks there, and it was about 1 kilometer away, and I still can't hear it. That's pretty loud.
yeah, but that's not really a problem, is it, Johan? Because New Year's is only once a year, right?
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
I mean, I have lived in this country for some time, but with this apartment, I got unlucky. I mean, you're kind of young, so you might not know this, but it's like when before you go in an apartment and live in an apartment, you don't really know what it's like until you live there. You don't know about
Yeah,
certain noises or certain neighbors or
yeah.
different things.
Well,
So,
like all those sellers try to hide the truth about the apartment, like the part that the apartment, like negative parts about the apartment. They try to hide it so that consumers can, like, they can buy it. They will like buy it. So that, yeah. Well,
by the way, in English, we have a saying about what you're just saying here, and
hmm
it's called "Let the buyer beware." Have you
let a
heard that
buyer beware.
before?
Mm,
Have you ever heard that?
maybe I think so.
So, so what that means is when you buy something, you got to be careful. And that's what you're saying. Let the buyer beware. Um,
Yeah, like when you're like going through Wish.com. Yeah, I mean, like Wish.com is like half a scam and half the charity, and
well, I never heard of it.
yeah. So
Um,
Wish.com, I think the most the most dangerous websites to go on.
okay, you should use be here. Which.com is the most.
It is, well, it
Right.
is always.
Okay.
And but sometimes you can get good things from it. Sometimes you just get a empty package. So yeah,
Is
very
this a
dangerous.
Taiwanese website or is it global?
No, I think it's a global website.
Is it your favorite website?
No, but I just heard like YouTubers talked about it. I never use it.
Do, okay. Does your family, does your parents, do they have any like rules for you about how often you can go online or anything like that? Or play video games?
Yeah, well, most of the time I need to play Go chess. So every day I go online, I play Go chess, like a match of Go. Go,
Oh, yes.
kind of
Yeah,
chess.
Go is Chinese chess. You play it with these
Yeah,
small little like black
they
and white things, right?
yeah they call it, some call it stars. L- What I call them stars because
Okay.
yeah, they're like pixels. You can like make pictures with them.
So do you play this game online
Yeah,
against
uh,
people or AI?
AI. They're really smart, but sometimes they're, you know yeah, sometimes they just, yeah, sometimes they go wrong. So I
I'm
guess,
interested in, yeah, I'm interested in chess. I'm talking about Western chess.
oh yeah,
Um,
chess. I know that.
and
Xiang.
I, I'm interested in AI too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a lot older than you. And I remember years ago, this was before you were born, but years
Mm-hmm.
ago, I was at a chess tournament. And before the tournament, I was at a McDonald's. And just by accident, I was sitting next to the best player. And the best player of the turn, he said, he said this. He said, they'll never make a computer that can beat the world champion. And guess what, Johan? They did a few years later.
Wow.
So, I mean, the best player at chess right now is a computer, and it's not even close. And it's also true for Go, I think. A few years ago, a chess became the best, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Alphago.
oh,
Like
yes, yes,
that's a
right,
robot that beats
right.
the whole world. That beaten.
So, can you practice against AlphaGo, or do you practice against other AI when you play the game?
Uh think I practice like similar to AlphaGo. Yeah. I think I remember,
So,
yeah. So uh this think the website is made by my teacher, like and her, yeah, and the designers, and I think they made the system similar to AlphaGo. hmm but sometimes it can go wrong. So yeah, I think similar.
I used to play tournament chess, and in tournament
Wow.
chess, you have a clock. Like, for example, you have 90 minutes for your moves. And do you do that in Go too? Do you have like
Yeah.
tournaments, like two people? Do you use a clock too?
Yeah, we use an online clock that is like right in the system, and sometimes I use uh, I think the online stuff. Like they have a tournament, but just not every day.
Okay, you're talking about playing online and not face to face, right?
Yep, and
Okay.
yep, and it's my teacher holds it, and of course it's like whole Taiwan. I think definitely
There
there are lots of them,
in
and but
chess.
they're,
Yeah,
yeah,
go
they're
ahead.
online.
Keep going. Yeah.
Uh,
In
but
chess,
there's online.
there was a problem because when you play chess online, it's easy to cheat.
Oh
You know, you
yeah,
can have a computer next to you, and that computer can help you. So cheating is a problem for online games. I mean, if you're playing for fun, it's not important. But if you're playing for money in some kind of
uh,
online tournament, then it becomes a big problem because it's too.
yeah,
This is also true for other games. For example, poker. That is, today it's easy to cheat online because you can always have, because computers are so good at games, it's possible to have a computer that does. Is there a problem like this in this game Go or not?
no. My
Okay,
teacher like that website never has a hacker to.
but you don't play for money anyway, right? You're playing for fun.
Yeah, and
Okay. So you said your teacher is Go. Is this Chinese chess a subject in the schools? Do all the students study it or practice it? Or
oh, maybe because she's like uh 6D. You know, D like is more than K. So
you kind of lost me. You said she's more than 60. Are you? Do you mean her age?
6D, like the, I don't know, the skill, the skill. Like right now, I'm at 19K. The
Okay.
skills,
All
and
right. You're talking about your rating. Chess has a similar system. You're
yep,
talking about your rating. Okay.
yep,
Right. Okay.
and my my teachers and her family's ratings are like 60 or more than 60. I think
Is that good?
that's pretty good. That's like the top of the top,
Okay.
and she like teach more than 100 classes. So
She teaches.
she taught and teaches more than a
Okay.
hundred classes. Yeah,
I mean, just Go, or does she teach other subjects too?
it's just go.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, Well,
You know,
she's really good at
China.
it.
Speaking of Western chess, China has a few good players. What about Taiwan? Does Taiwan have any great players in Western chess?
Maybe I think.
Okay, because I haven't heard of any. So, but
Really.
I wasn't sure. You know, I haven't heard of any. I wasn't sure if you played it much there in Taiwan.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think Taiwanese people only or Asian people only stick to Go.
I think you're right. I mean, chess is not as popular in Asia as it is in some other countries. You know, like in Armenia, chess is a subject that is all the students study it in school.
Wow.
But that's not true in America. In America, only a few schools have chess, unfortunately.
Well, my school has chess, and we have golf classes, martial
Oh,
arts, and
wow.
lot lots more
Yeah,
like other public schools don't have.
right. So what do you call them in English? Do you know these
Uh,
things? Call them
school extra
we call them extracurricular activities.
extracurricular activities.
Right.
Yeah.
Extracurricular means things you do outside of studying, outside of books, you know. It sounds like
hmm
your school has a lot of extracurricular activities.
Yeah, I think that's because my school is a private school. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at your school, is the teaching done in English or Chinese
Yeah.
or both?
It teaches both. It's a bilingual school.
Okay.
hmm
Are your teachers Chinese speakers from Taiwan, or are they foreigners who speak English in class?
Uh, both. There are both, like foreign and Chinese.
Oh,
Yep,
interesting.
and lots of them.
I used to live in Asia. I lived and I taught English in Japan and
Oh.
Korea and Thailand.
hmm
Unfortunately, I have not visited Taiwan yet. Um, what about you? Have you ever visited my country, the United States?
No, I wanted to, but I just did not have the time. After I went to Japan, like in the 2020, the New Year, after the New Year's Eve, and after I came back, things started to change. Like coronavirus is like there's coronavirus, so I don't know what's the next trip gonna be. Well,
So, were you in Japan for vacation or did you go there to study?
vacation definitely.
Okay. Were you there with your family?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's a good idea to speak in sentences like this. Were you there with your family? And you could say, "Yes, I was. We were there for about a week," like
hmm
that. That's good
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah, I think
Did
so.
you speak English in Japan?
A little bit of Japanese.
Oh, you speak a little Japanese?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
been 2 years I haven't spoken, so I don't remember any of them.
Oh, I used to speak Japanese, but I'm not very good at it now. But I like Japan a lot. I like the language. I also like the onsen, and the onsen are these baths, these hot baths where you relax in the water. Did you try
Oh.
that in Japan?
Yep. Yes, I did. I went to the ones next to Mount Fuji.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Do you have something like that in Taiwan, or is that just a Japanese thing?
I think we also have that
Oh,
somewhere,
okay.
but I just don't know. I like saw it online, but I did not check check the location of it. You know.
And I also like the
Well.
vending machines. There are vending machines everywhere in Japan. I love that. and I like
Yeah.
the Buddhist statues, the old Buddhist statues.
Oh yes. Part.
Does Taiwan have many very old, ancient statues of the Buddha?
I don't know.
Okay. So
Maybe.
tell me about what did you like about Japan?
Well, I like the food
Okay.
and no, let me remember.
Okay.
Kind of forgot a little bit. But my brother definitely likes the food. He the food is his favorite part. And
Oh, what about yeah? Okay.
I like the scenery, like next to Mount Fuji. You can take
Yeah.
pictures
Oh,
of it.
Mount Fuji's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's so like the perfect mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Yeah, the place where you ski, right? Like, right. It's literally right next to Mount Fuji, and I went to that place and it was sunny, so we took a picture of Mount Fuji right next to us, and it's pretty good.
How was the weather?
I don't
It's
know if
not the
I can
same
say.
as in Taiwan, is it?
Yeah, chilly.
Yeah.
It is
D-
very cold. I
okay.
wear like eight eight clo like eight clothes to keep me warm.
You mean like 8 layers, right?
Eight, yep, 8 layers of different kinds
Right.
of clothes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
and my brother was even thicker, and I told him he looks like a penguin. So
Oh, okay. Is your brother older or younger than you?
younger, 2 years younger actually.
Okay. Do you have any sisters?
No, but I do have cousins.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do they live in your city or do they live in Taipei?
Some live in Taipei, and one was my uncle's daughter,
Okay.
and son live in Elon, like I think a few blocks away,
Okay.
and one is in Tauren. So
Okay.
I think
Have
maybe lots of
you
them.
have you visited other countries or just Japan?
Yeah, I think just Japan.
Okay. So is your family planning another foreign trip? Because COVID, well, you know, the thing about COVID-19, it's kind of strange, Johan. Most of the
Hmm.
world is opening now, but not China. China's
Yeah,
still kind of closed. So um, where do you think you're going to go next?
I don't actually know. I mean, like, yeah, sure, we can. I think my dad wants to go back to Japan and then see something new and different. I mean, we went to the Disneyland, Disney Sea, but never been to I don't know, the place where you see
Oh,
minions.
you went to
So,
Tokyo Disney.
yep, Tokyo Disney,
Oh,
not
okay.
California.
Yeah, when I was your age, I went to Disney in Florida,
Oh,
and I was so excited. Really, I was so excited. Yeah, Disney Florida. That was the second one. The first one was put in California. Yeah,
yeah,
but now they have them all over. I think Tokyo. I think Japan has one. I think China has
yeah,
one too.
yeah. But
Um,
I guess the COVID struck it down.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I remember the chaos in China like a few months ago. And,
In
yeah,
Shanghai.
yep.
Yeah,
People,
Shanghai was closed for months. The people were really tired of it.
yep. People like they will starve to death before they got infected. So they crawl out of their houses and then wait like straight down the street, and I think that was a few hundred thousands of them. Yeah. At least
Yeah, I
China
actually,
didn't bring the AK-47s. At least.
uh, um, yeah, I had students. I've had students from Shanghai when it was shut down, and they were frustrated because they couldn't go out, they couldn't do anything, and they didn't know when it would end. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, if you're like in your apartment week after week after week, you're going to start wondering, when is this going to end? When can I go back to my normal life?
Yeah. When can Jesus decide to let people out again?
So tell me a little bit about your father. Can he speak English?
Yeah. He speaks English fluently,
He
and
speaks fluently. Okay.
yep, and he's also a teacher,
Oh, really? What does he teach?
teaching
You should say he teaches. He.
home economics, home economics,
Oh, I
and
see.
English.
Oh, okay.
English. Yeah.
Does he teach at a school or a university?
School, and he's
Okay.
also a computer science teacher. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's got a lot of those. He, like he learned a lot, and he really good at his job.
And you're interested in these subjects too, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're
he
interested
once
in the
told
same subjects. Yeah, interesting.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
and he once told me to put like build a hard drive, which is pretty good, pretty cool.
Wow. I could never do
Yeah,
that. That's way over my head.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
I'm actually I'm not good at computers really, to tell you the truth. Um,
well, it's okay. I mean, like there are people on YouTube who's really good.
oh
Just listen to
yeah.
their YouTube.
Well,
Yeah.
YouTube's cool. I mean, you can learn almost anything there, right?
Yep. YouTube's the whole mine. Well, I
That's-
think it like YouTube. Yeah, you can definitely learn anything from YouTube, but make sure to watch out.
I mean, yeah, you have to be, I mean, you have to like look around and find someone you like or find some videos you like. But there's so many videos there that you're going to have a lot of choices really for most things.
Yeah. And well, yeah.
So what about
I do.
sports? Do you like
Uh,
sports?
well, I do love dodgeball. I played basketball, soccer, badminton, table tennis, football, uh, golf, definitely, and lots
When
more.
you say football, do you mean soccer?
Soccer and football. That's
Both.
both. Yes.
You play American
Baseball.
style football in Taiwan?
I don't. I don't know if that. I played it once, but never played it again. Well, I played baseball.
Okay. Because
Baseball's
you
really
used the
really
words
good.
football and soccer, and I was a little confused about what you meant. Because it's strange, because the thing is, in America, we call this sport soccer. The world's number one sport is soccer. We call
Hmm.
that in America. But in the other countries, they don't call it soccer, they call it football. And it always
Because you
confuses
use the
people.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I say football and soccer, I mean like both sports, both of them.
Okay. Right.
Hmm.
I'm glad you only played football once, because actually, if you play football, it's easy to get hurt.
Yeah. Well, a dodgeball is actually very good. Well, it's
Oh,
actually safe, and I never get hurt from a dodgeball match. Well,
I
never.
mean, what if the ball hits you in the head? Is that
I didn't get headshotted.
okay? That's good.
It was Sophia. She got headshotted by the sixth grade before, and yep, her glasses broke, so she had to change into another one.
Hey, we're out of time. It was nice to meet
Yeah,
you, and good luck with your
nice to meet you too.
Go and your English. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.